Tonight we return to the other age of the age spectrum with four young lads, Mathew, Elliot, Christos and Michael. Collectively, they're the hip-hop group CaGeNation. We wanted to find out what it's like being young and in Chillingham, so our reporter Andy Garland met up with them at the Sunlight Recording Studio and asked them about their lives.
Millions of miles of space.
I think this next one's got to be my favorite.
Whoa.
Copy Ground Zero, this is Space Patrol. I just gotta ask you, how can space evolve? Way beyond Darwin origins unknown. I'm seeing black magic with the base of soul.
We just come here like what, once a week, twice a week, as often as we can. Yeah, mainly.
What are you hoping to achieve?
I mean, what we're hoping to achieve is we love music and we want to share our music to like the world. That's what we're hoping to achieve, and that's why we do. We do it because it's fun. It's what we feel at that moment. If someone out there relates to our message or it's like a reflection to their life, that's all that matters to us, and that's all we need.
Yeah, we gon' go high. She wants to take us on.
What I want to talk to you guys about is life. Life in Kent as young men, and particularly life in Chillingham. Let's start by just telling me about your lives. Michael, what does your life involve when you're not in a recording studio?
I like to go out with my friends, have fun, play football, just like have a social life. I believe life is what you make it.
Chris, where are you in your life right now?
Starting school, like in a week, playing music, keeping up with my guitar, trying to be better every day, and I try to like make stuff more reasonable with music.
For me, yeah, music is definitely a key point in everything. Also, I'm a scientist as well, but I feel like I'm able to divide my passions pretty well. In terms of sort of life right now, it's getting to know new people, especially in this area. There's a lot of new people to get to know, and a lot of different cultures that are mixed together. So I feel like I'm learning a lot as a human being.
And how is that mixing?
It's cool. It's actually really cool. You get to know a lot about different cultures, which I think is something we don't appreciate as much as we should. Even all of us are all from different countries, all different backgrounds, and we would never have come together if it weren't for the fact that we were able to share our cultural differences and to find some commonalities in there.
And I'll be your best friend. We'll go to the West End. Don't talk about leaving. We can spend the whole weekend. Let me be your best friend. Together till the very end. Don't talk about meaning. Let me know how you're feeling. Yeah. You don't have to let go.
So how did you end up in Chillingham?
My mother moved to Chillingham maybe like 15 years ago now or something like that. So it's been a long time. But we kind of connected playing sports locally. Playing football. Football was a universal thing, so we didn't really need to speak the same language at the time. Eventually they learned, many people learn the language, learn English, and so we're able to communicate. So we kind of connected through sports and through local activities.
Loved you more than I love myself, despite knowing that it ain't good for my health, and health is wealth, the wealth that money can't buy, and wealth is stealth, cause it's hard to come by. You always have my back, pushing me forward like a jetpack, the first to react for every setback, integrity intact. I respect and regret that we grew apart, lest we forget that we were doomed from the start.
Away from music, what's your passion?
Outside of here, I do a lot of videography, like work, some freelancing stuff, but I also am doing some media work for my church, like voluntary. That's what I'm hoping to study at university next year.
It was 30 years ago, nearly, that I applied to university. What's it like now, and where have you applied to, and have you been around for your interviews, and how's it going?
Yeah, so I'm actually on a gap year right now, so I did this all last year, but I'm going to the University of Chichester probably because I'm still considering some things in life. But it was quite a smooth process, I think, of just the whole UCAS thing. Yeah, I just applied for UCAS pretty much and put all my options down, and I got the grades I needed, so...
Fantastic. What about the money?
Yeah, that's something that I'm considering now, like whether that's one of the reasons I may not want to go. Obviously the money is quite a lot, the student loans and stuff that can kick you later in life.
Don't talk about leaving. We can spend the whole weekend.
I'm in that kind of situation. I mean, I got accepted to Royce Bruford on the American Theatre Arts course, so I decided to take a gap year. But in my hoping of taking a gap year, I wanted to focus on music because I have this ideology in my head that if I can make it through music, I don't need to go to Royce Bruford to study acting. If I can make something out of this, what's the point in me going to university and getting into debt? Then I can't pay back the money. Oh, but if I can make something great out of this, it's the path I want to take.
It's really nice to meet ya. Oh God, oh time. Why don't you come on over? Yeah, yeah. And follow me, babe.
I wish I was your age again, first of all, because you all sound really full of hope and really full of ambition, and I feel like a really ancient, wizened old man. You all sound really, really positive. Chris, you all sound really up for life and enthused about life.
You need to have hope, but hope doesn't bring you the things you want. You need to try for the things you want. Only with effort.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, very true. But I think hope is sort of the oil that keeps the engine going and stuff. Effort is obviously very important, but I feel like if we don't have that hope, why would we keep going? There's nothing to go for, you know.
Things getting old. Bring your heart back. Let me show you where to go. Catch a boat to somewhere remote. Queensland Island off the south coast. Known for cuisine that's always hard to quote. Nothing too obscene. I know you love the Pope. Yeah.
This week has just been a really weird week in terms of the people who are running our country. Everyone's talking about Brexit. Is that something, Brexit in particular, but is that something that impacts on any of you guys on a kind of day-to-day level? Who wants to pick up Michael?
I mean, when I started acting, to be an actor, you meet different kinds of people. And to learn how to act, you have to learn different kinds of people's culture. That's how you kind of become a great actor. It's called method acting. I hope it doesn't break the economy and it doesn't destroy relationships with other countries, because at the same time, as much as there are pros and cons, I just think the best thing, I don't know what's going to happen with Brexit, but I wouldn't want to like go to another European country and I need a visa to visit. It's just like not right.
You just expect to be able to go now?
Yeah, I just expect to be able to go, and yeah.
I can kind of localize it to our community. So our community is becoming somewhat of like a metropolitan town in terms of just the bunch of different cultures in one place. And I would say almost the majority of my friends from around here are refugees. They come from different countries. So how is that going to affect sort of their lives and how they operate in this country? Because I see firsthand how hard they work. Some of them work a lot harder than me, if I'm going to be completely honest. And obviously I was born in England and I went to university. I was lucky enough to go. So how is it going to affect their lives? They are worried about it. They don't fully understand the repercussions. I don't think anyone really does. Over the last 10, 15 years, sort of having the influence from other cultures, it's positively affected my life completely, totally.
Escape from reality's play. I'm moving right over the stars, chasing through her Milky Way.
My next question is, do you look at people my age and older who, if you look at the figures, more of them certainly voted for a Brexit? Do you look at them and just kind of despair, or?
I see them as having a distrust for sort of immigration as it is now, the whole immigration situation, which is understandable. You see certain things on the news, and obviously what makes the news is probably the stories that are the most sort of shocking to people, rather than the positive stories that happen every day. No, I don't think that the older generation are idiots. I believe they have their reasons for voting the way they voted, which is something that we have to remember as well. I have to remember, me as someone that wanted us to stay in the EU, I have to remember that people have their reasons for voting otherwise. Maybe they're sort of secluded from sort of the younger generation, a lot of the migrants of the younger generation. So they don't have sort of the daily interaction. They don't build up that empathy.
They're afraid.
Maybe they are afraid. Maybe they are afraid of sort of a changing Britain, not Britain. I would even localize it even more, a changing town wherever they live. Maybe they are afraid of that.
Mathew, Elliot, Christos and Michael, collectively the hip-hop group CaGeNation, talking to BBC Radio Kent's Andy Garland, our community reporter on The Dominic King Show, about being young and in Chillingham.